Hey guys, and happy Valentine's Day. Today I'm going to be sharing all of my favorite little holiday traditions for Valentine's Day that I know you guys will love. They're very simple, but very impactful for the people that you love in your life. If you're new here, my name is Nicholsen, and I love to do all things home decorating, cooking, cleaning, and DIYs, and I would love it if you would subscribe, and if you're returning, it is so great to see you guys. Okay, let's jump into today's video.
But it was obvious, like, ooh, they would be together, ooh.
So one of the first things I'm going to share with you today is Enzo, because you guys know she loves you. And so give this video a thumbs up if you want to say hi to Enzo. But one of my favorite things to do is decorate the kids' doors. We typically do this the night before. So right when they wake up, they already have all this fun stuff going on in the front door, and then it's going to trickle throughout the house. But you can also do this while they're at school. I did this for the kids while they were at school, and they came home and they had so much fun. Immediately they wanted to see their love notes. So basically I picked up a bunch of stuff at the dollar store. Again, a lot of the things we're going to do today are not very expensive. They shouldn't cost more than a couple dollars per kid to do the doors. So Enzo is like, why can't I go in there? So what I'm going to do is just put something cute around it and then use those little heart doilies to just kind of dress the door up. Georgette already has some cute little things on her door that I didn't want to remove because they're special to her. So I'm going to kind of just work around it. It doesn't have to be that big of a kind of that much decor, but you could also do like a little balloon arch. This hallway is a little bit tight, so I couldn't do something as elaborate as a balloon arch, but that could be cute too. You could also take a bunch of photos. I think last year or the year before, I shared it on my channel. I went and I just printed on our home printer a ton of pictures of each child and my husband and I, and just kind of made a collage on their door from the time that they were born up until that year, which was also really cute. We ended up keeping it there for quite some time. That could be a cute idea as well. But really anything that you think is special and unique to your children, just kind of add it to this door. And I also printed a note that says Happy Valentine's Day on one and I love you on the other. The last thing I want to do is add a little envelope for the kids to actually share Valentine's Day cards with each other. We kind of celebrate Valentine's Day throughout the month, so I really like the ability for the kids to share sweet messages with one another, and it's fun. The kids are constantly going in, they call it their mailbox, and seeing if anyone's left notes. I'll share later in this video how you can keep adding notes throughout the week, so there's always something fresh for them to see. But here's how everything is going to turn out, and I also already wrote a little love note to slide in there.
She said, write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. And maybe I'll call you my sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, started writing, probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining, or something cliche like ooh, baby I only want you, it's true. And then he said,
I love how sweet and simple this turned out. I made most of this, so I like that it's also homemade and super special for the kids, just to remind them how much we absolutely love them. The next thing we're going to do is really, really fun, and I also do the same thing for Halloween, but we're going to be putting together little baskets that we will put on a random neighbor's porch. I love doing this. It's called Getting Hugged. I will put the link down below so you can print the actual hugged little note. I'll show you. But I picked a bunch of stuff up at Target, the dollar store. I know how many kids are in the house where we're going to be dropping this off, so I know I have different stuff for boys and girls and crafts. And the only other thing I forgot to show in here is I did put a tiny little heart-shaped waffle maker as well. But basically, you drop it off off, and then they make a basket for another neighbor, and they put it on their porch, and it just kind of trickles throughout the neighborhood. And then you put a little note on your door that says, "We've been hugged." So if kids or parents are going to drop it off, they know not to like hug a home, if that makes sense. So I ended up putting a bunch of craft ideas in here. She's a busy mom, so I knew she would like to have some crafts for the kids, some candy. I love these little chocolate spoons for the kids' hot cocos. I added dots. I just think they're super nostalgic. And then just some sours for the older kids. And then I added some decor for her. I added a little Happy Valentine's Day ribbon, and then I added some cute napkins for her kitchen. And then I ended up putting in the waffle maker when we walked it over. I totally forgot. So this is kind of fun if you guys are looking for a really fun way to spread love throughout your neighborhood. I love this. I also think it's fun when you drop it off at neighbors' houses that you don't know. That way you just get to know people in your neighborhood. I also wrote on the back my address and phone number in case parents wanted to know where it came from. It's important to know that, this wasn't dropped off by someone they don't know. It's, just to make sure. So that's a nice way for parents to know that it's safe and the candy wasn't dropped off by a total complete stranger. So we're going to wrap this up, and then my daughters and I are going to hide it on a random porch. I love this part. It's kind of fun. Like, we were hiding, and then Charlotte ran it up there, and then we ran away. I know I don't show my kids on my channel, but happy to share that special moment. The next thing we're going to do is make love notes. This is something I absolutely love doing. It takes time, so try to find a good hour to do this. But basically, I use a set of prompts, and I write about 100 love notes to every child, and I keep it in a Ziploc, and I have it all month. I hide them all over the house, typically places where the kids are frequently in, like their backpacks, shoes, their toothbrush, things like that. And then I like to use prompts, which I will link down below, and I will say things like who I see you as, what I love about you, where I love to make memories with you, what was the most treasured memory I have with you, why I love you, how deep I love you. And I also have some really sweet other little prompts. So I will put those down below. And believe me, you won't be short of a million things you could say to your children just to remind them of special things that, especially when they were young, that they may have forgotten. I love when they find the card and they run to me and hug me, and we talk about those great memories. It's just a very sweet way to stay present in your kids' life and also just remind them how much you love them. I know we're all busy, and a lot of times it gets hard to consistently stay in front of your kids this way. So this is an easy way for you as a mom to not have to stop what you're doing to write a love note. Again, I will put the prompts down below. I just used a piece of paper, cut it into strips, and then got cute little stickers so that they know what that is. I also hid one in my son's book, and he was so excited when he went to read. He came running down to our bedroom and gave me a big hug and said thank you. So just sweet ways to stay in front of your kids. It doesn't matter how old they are. Even if you have kids that or grandkids that don't live near you, just send them stuff in the mail. My kids love getting stuff in the mail. Highly recommend doing something sweet like that. I'm also going to add some to their breakfast setup. That way in the morning when we have breakfast, there's a little love note there for each of them.
And I tried to make it beautiful. It's a song about your sweet, sweetheart, and how nobody can steal me away. I am yours, 'cause I want you and I wanted you to know.
So for the kids' Valentine's Day baskets, I like to do stuff a little bit different. I don't really enjoy having a lot of sugar in any of the kids' stuff, but I recognize it's Valentine's Day, so I do add a little. I always do a traditional Valentine's Day card. I just think that that's kind of the core of Valentine's Day. I write a ton in there. Sometimes I add extra paper. And then I like to do other things. So for the kids, I'm adding a couple things that are more about self-love, reminding Teddy about kindness. And I always put a journal in their Valentine's Day baskets because I think it's important for the kids to express the things they're going through in a private way. I'm doing self-care like a mask and nail polish. I also found these really great little, they're like affirmation cards for each child. And I really like to cater their baskets to things that are particular to them. Like Charlotte is really into adventures. Here are the affirmation cards. I got a mindset one for my oldest son. I just think it's great for him to recognize the work he's putting into school right now is about a long-term commitment and goal and not just getting through the work. And so that mindset, kind of like realigning his mindset every morning is great for him. And then positive affirmations are just great for the kids each morning. I got one for each kid that's specific to them. So Georgette got a growth mindset similar to Jack's. And then I got her a new little notebook and then just cute little craft things. And she is very smart, and sometimes I think she needs to be reminded on how far her brain will take her in life. So these are just a couple things I like to do. I will put this out with the kids' breakfast on Valentine's Day morning. We're going to build them together, and then what I like to do is put them in a box, hide them in the garage. That way, when I get up on Valentine's Day morning, I will be doing a lot of other things. So definitely follow me on Instagram, because I will actually take you on my mornings with me. So like St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, I won't film those mornings, but I will share a lot of it with you on Instagram. So head over to there. My handle is Mrs. Lauren Nicholson. So I'm just going to layer all these sweet little things in here. I'll show you how I present them on the table. Then we'll box these up and we will save them for Valentine's Day.
She started to dance, grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close.
Something else I do every year, I go on Canva and I make the kids love coupons. These you can do. I will put a link to the ones I used, or I can actually even add the ones I used. But it's basically, they are adventures with mom, ventures with dad, lunch with mom, lunch with dad, stay at home, just kind of really specific, cute things that are specific to our family, and I put them in their card. So in the morning, those are like treasured gold to my children. Like I have to tell you, of all the things they get on Valentine's Day, their love coupons are just like, they fight for them. Like, I'll trade you this love coupon for that. There's a travel one in there. There is a day date. I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff that the kids can pull anytime they want, and Ron or I can take the kids and to do what they want to do for those days. I love that, especially in a big family. We have 4 children, so giving each child that special treasure time is so important, and giving them the control over when they get to have it, I think is really beautiful. But I highly recommend doing those cute little cards because the kids absolutely love them.
Moonlight as they kept on dancing. And now they're singing their love song, and they sing it kind of beautiful, calling each other sweetheart. I promise nobody can get in their way or steal the show. They're in love now, and I wanted you to know.
For a final touch, I wanted to add these sweet little balloons. I like it because when the kids walk into the kitchen, they can kind of see it from afar. And then I added these very sweet little heart plushies. I found these a pack of 4 on Amazon. I will link them down below. Our kids really like having special things that are very particular to us. So we'll tell the kids, Daddy and I filled all of these plushies with our love. So anytime they miss us or just want to be close, they have their plushie to hug and just know that our love is with them wherever they go. Here is how it just kind of like layers around here. Very simple. An easy way to just, I do this with pretty much all of our Easter baskets. If you guys are familiar with our channel, I usually do all this ahead of time because mornings of like Easter and St. Patrick's Day are always kind of crazy. So I will set everything up while the kids are at school, then put it in a box. That way, all I have to do that morning is go ahead and grab the box, arrange everything. I sometimes take like photos, especially for St. Patrick's Day because it's such a production. But I'll take photos that way that morning when I am super tired at 5 a.m. I could just look at the photos and remember exactly like putting the green dye in the toilet bowl and the feed and all the things like that. So that really helps me to do that as well.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?
One of my my favorite things to do every year is make very traditional homemade Valentine's Day cards for our family members. So grandma, grandpa, my sister, our extended family, just people that are special in our life. I think so often kids just go into the store, buy the Valentines, but I really love for our kids to make special homemade Valentines. I love my dad has this room in like in his kitchen. There's like going in kitchen to living room. There's this really open space, and he keeps every Valentine hanging on that space the kids have ever made, and it's just amazing to watch that wall grow. So we usually just get a bunch of stuff from Dollar Store and Target, add everything here, and then I will sit down with them and help them make beautiful Valentine's Day cards. So if you guys are looking for that, just go and get, very simple stuff from the Dollar Store and just let the kids put stickers on there, and we can cut out hearts, whatever you want, but it is so meaningful to family members to get a homemade Valentine's Day card.
Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up, and we just sing along.
For each holiday, I always do holiday-themed bento boxes for the kids. So today is going to be a love-filled bento box. I got a cute little cookie cutter in a heart shape, so I'm going to make them some sandwiches and just cut them out in a heart shape. At Home Goods, I ended up finding some really cute little toothpicks that I'm going to use as well. You can add candy in this if you'd like. There's all kinds of cute things you can do. And then I'm also going to be making them a very special Valentine's Day breakfast, which I will share with you over on Instagram that day. But I'm going to cut all the food into little hearts so they have strawberries. I'm also going to be doing some cucumbers. I always add a vegetable into their lunches, so I figured cucumbers would be pretty easy. If you can find a large enough one, I bet you could use a cookie cutter with it, but I didn't have it. I'm just going to cut the bottom into a V shape and then just cut the top into a little heart. Whether or not it looks like a heart, I think it's the kind of the thought that counts with kids, but just kind of anything you can find that you can cut into a heart shape would be sweet. And then I found these really cute X and O pretzels that I'm going to add in here as well, and just try to create as many heart-shaped things as I can. And then we'll decorate the top of their bento box with some sweet heart stickers and things like that. I was able to cut this apple into heart shapes, which were so cute. I might do that just on the daily because it's just the cutest thing ever. I just cut the apple long way and then pushed the heart shape right through it. Our kids don't even like the skin of the apple, so it's actually kind of a nice hack if you wanted to do something cute for them. But I'll show you guys how it turns out.
How much I love you. You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help.
I just love how sweet this turns out. Don't forget to add a sweet love note and a cute little napkin to their lunch that day. I know that they will just love it. The last thing I have is something I think we all forget to do, and that is to make sure that you make time to write love notes to your husband or wife or special person in your life, or even yourself. I swear, I know that we're all so busy with work and kids and life, but I oftentimes find that I forget to tell my husband how much I appreciate and love him. So make sure you put a little love box for your loved ones as well as yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun Valentine's Day tradition, and I hope that this adds a little bit of extra love to your Valentine's Day with your family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Bye.
This moment, can we stay here forever?
as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?